Breath of heaven. Cacti, shadows of doubt. The seminary corridors felt like rivers of silence, stretching into eternity with a hushed reverence. The thick tapestries absorbing my footfalls as though the very walls conspired to keep my presence a secret. Dust motes swirled in the last light of the setting sun, casting long shadows through stained glass windows, turning the hallway into a kaleidoscope of vivid orange and deep blues. My heart felt like a tangled mess, akin to the trees outside whipped by a restless wind. Doubts crowded my mind, their presence insistent and unyielding, as if the very air I breathed was tainted with uncertainty. Father Michael, the old priest sat in calm repose on the chapel's oak bench, his eyes half open, the very picture of serene contemplation. His presence was as familiar and enduring as the flickering lamp above the tabernacle, a steady flame, barely wavering, yet undeniably alive. Father, I called softly, uncertain if my voice was a disruption or a plea. He opened his eyes but remained silent, inviting me to speak or to fall into the silence with him. His calm demeanor and unspoken assurance that the sacred space held room for both. I slumped beside him, the weight of my doubts pressing heavily on my shoulders. Does God really hear us? Or am I just talking into the wind? He lifted a wrinkled hand, more eloquent in its silence than any words could ever be. A gentle invitation to explore the deeper questions of the soul. The chapel's air was thick with an ancient reverence, and I felt the weight of it settling around me. I closed my eyes, willing myself to pray, but the words tangled like fish in a net, elusive and slippery in the face of my uncertainties. Later, alone in my room, the familiar surroundings offered little comfort. I fell to my knees, feeling the cool touch of the wooden floor through the thin fabric of my trousers. The shadows crept in even here, though the pale glow from the window stretched across the floor like a gentle reminder of day. A crisis loomed, my heart heavy with unanswered questions. With hands folded tightly in an almost desperate clasp, I sought solace in the act of prayer. Lord of mercy, I whispered, my voice a mere breath in the quiet room. If you are truly there, hear my cry, I'm drowning in doubt. Show me that my prayers are more than empty echoes. I remained still listening, the silence a thick, expectant blanket. The world outside fell away, leaving just my breathing and the faint rustle of trees beyond the window. For the first time, it felt less like a ritual and more a raw, unguarded plea. A begging for an answer, for a sign that I was heard. The next evening, drawn by an inexplicable pull, I returned to the chapel. I sat, my focus drawn to the lamp's small flame. Father Michael was there as always, a silhouette serene against the gathering dusk, offering a quiet companionship that asked for nothing in return. This time I sought no words from him. Instead I I settled silently at the altar's foot, letting my breathing match the rhythm of my heart. As I watched the flame, its steady flicker, whisper to my spirit, let prayer be your breathing. A thought intruded, soft as a dawn breeze. It wasn't an audible voice, but a whisper in my soul, an echo of the divine that stirred something deep within. I close my eyes, surrendering to the gentle urging, shepherd of my soul. I pray, the words unhurried, each syllable a step in faith. Guide me not just in sound, but in silence. Teach me to listen. An unexpected peace washed over me, gentle yet profound, as if the air itself had cleared. When I opened my eyes, the chapel seemed different, more alive, more sacred, every shadow and beam of light a testament to the presence I had longed to feel. As if my own eyes had finally seen it for the sanctuary it truly was. The turning prayer. I unclenched my hands, releasing the tension I'd carried for far too long. This prayer came from the heart. Holy One, take my uncertainties, I surrender them. Fill me with courage to walk where your light leads. A warmth spread within, a gentle flame inside mirrored by the lamp above, offering a silent promise of divine companionship. Rising, I felt lighter, each step forward, leaving the weight of doubt behind. Father Michael caught my eye, a knowing glint in his gaze. Though he spoke not a word, his presence affirmed what my heart had finally discerned, that God spoke in whispers and breaths of prayer, in light, fluttering in silence.
all of the evening shadows. Cacti, ringing phones and weak coffee. The ER hums with the unrelenting clamor of ringing phones and the hurried footsteps of nurses and doctors weaving through a tapestry of urgency. Caroline, the receptionist, cradles a lukewarm cup of coffee, an unvisited warmth amidst the cold efficiency of a hospital evening, as the setting sun casts long shadows through the tall windows. The day's exhaustion is mirrored in the stooped shoulders of the staff and the weary faces of waiting relatives. The rhythmic beeping of monitors underscores the ER's incessant cadence, a relentless reminder of life's fragility. Caroline scans the room, matching faces to names on her clipboard, each one a tapestry of hope and fear woven into the fabric of human frailty. The sterile smell of antiseptic wraps around her like a morning fog, obscuring but never hiding the unfolding drama of life and death. And yet, amidst the noise and urgency, a quiet stirring begins, a whisper in her heart from the shepherd of her soul, promising solace and strength.
Lord of mercy, Caroline breathes, her prayer barely audible above the cacophony. Help me see them as you see them. Let no name be forgotten. Her whispered words drift like a gentle breeze, taking root in the quiet corners of her heart. A sense of divine assurance settles within her, grounding her spirit amid the chaos, an unshakable anchor in the storm.
Honest distress. The chaos crescendos suddenly when a young man bursts through the ER doors, his face a canvas of fear and desperation. "Please, my brother," he gasps, his words stumbling out like a broken hymn desperate for mending. He's not breathing. His urgency jolts Caroline from her reverie, every nerve in her body electrified by his distress. Her hands move instinctively, guided by years of training, but her heart beats a parallel rhythm, resounding with an urgent call for divine intervention. Time seems to unravel, each moment stretched thin between hope and dread, stitched together with frail human faith. Before the paramedics arrive, Caroline closes her eyes, seeking a moment of stillness amidst the frenzy. "Holy One," she murmurs, her heart lifting in raw petition. "Be with him. Be with his brother. I can do nothing, but you can do all things."
Her prayer is a lifeline, tethering her to a peace that surpasses understanding, an oasis of surrender in the desert of uncertainty. As the brother is whisked away by medics, Caroline remains at her post, listening for divine whisperings, her heart attuned to the sacred, amidst the sorrowful symphony of the ER.
Turning towards grace. As dusk deepens into night, the tumultuous energy of the ER subsides, calming into a quiet vigil. The harsh fluorescent lights carve shadows into the fatigue etched on waiting faces, revealing stories of resilience and unspoken hope. Leaning against her desk, Caroline seeks solace in its steadiness. Her hands rest gently on the list of names, each line a testament to the fragile dance of life and loss unfolding before her. Guilt seeps into her bones, an insidious reminder of moments when humanity was obscured behind paperwork. Shepherd of my soul, she prays, a surrender washing over her like a cleansing tide. Forgive my forgetfulness. guide me to love them as you do.
Her prayer becomes a bridge to action, leading her to the young man whose brother fought for breath. She finds him slumped in a chair, shadows clinging to him like a shroud, his spirit burdened by uncertainty. I'm Caroline, she offers gently, her presence a silent benediction as she sits beside him. I believe your brother is in good hands.
He nods, words failing him as tears trace silent paths down his cheeks. Thank you, he whispers, gratitude threading through the fabric of his despair, a light in the midst of darkness, courage to change.
The night wears on, transforming the hospital into a place of quiet sanctity. Caroline feels a lightness in her soul, a shimmer of grace cutting through the encroaching darkness. Her work transcends routine, it becomes a ministry, a calling to presence, and a life filled with grace. Divine fingerprints etched upon her heart illuminate her purpose, infusing sacred meaning into mundane details. She attends to her duties with renewed clarity, listening for God's guidance, feeling His presence in each conversation and every warm, if weak, cup of coffee offered to exhausted family members. Even the mechanical hum of the machinery becomes a hymn of life, each beat an insistent testimony to human resilience. Although the path before her may not always be clear, it will forever be lit by the light of prayer, guiding her like a steadfast star through the galaxy of her. silent hour in a sprawling city under a winter sky. The bell above a modest bakery rang its earliest chime. Elsa, an immigrant from a land of yours, entered her sanctuary as the city slept, her hands weathered by years of kneading, moved with a rhythm of both weariness and devotion. The air hung with the aroma of yeast, the golden glow of a single lamp, casting a warm halo around her. It was 4 a.m. and beyond the bakery's walls, the city lay still except for the hum of tires on wet streets. Elsa paused, eyes resting on the dough, a canvas awaiting her touch, a testament to resilience closing her eyes. The weight of the week pressed upon her in these pre-dawn moments. She was poised between distant family needs and her hopes. Lord of mercy, she whispered, guide these weary hands in this hour of need. Lend me strength. Her gentle words floated upwards, finding rest in the palm of God's hand. Crisis in the kitchen, the dough rose smooth beneath Elsa's fingers when she received the letter. It arrived with the morning delivery, crisp and official, bearing the city council seal, a reminder of the rival bakery's expansion. Thread Elsa's breath caught as she read, her resolve struck by each word. The letter slipped from her fingers, fluttering like a wounded bird. In panic, her hands clenched the dough, embodying her anxiety, her dreams now fragile against looming forces. Shepherd of my soul, she whispered, her voice trembling, what shall I do? I have so little, and now it may be taken from me. Her desperate plea hung in the still air, a thread to something greater. There in solitude she listened, seeking divine guidance. The turning light, as the lamp flickered, Elsa felt a nudge like a soft whisper in her soul, a warmth unfurling within her, a call to share, not fight. It was a peace that settled her fears, transforming her tight anxiety into an open possibility. Wrapping herself in her coat, she walked through the pale dawn to the rival bakery, cradling warm loaves against her chest. In the waking streets, she approached Thomas, the owner, just unlocking his door. His eyes widened in surprise at her approach. Peace be with you, Elsa offered, extending the bread with steady hands, some warmth for the cold morning. Thomas, taken aback, hesitated before accepting the offering. His expression softened as their eyes met, the warmth of the loaf seeping into his hands. I didn't know, he began, sincerity in his voice. Elsa smiled, feeling relief lift from her spirit like morning mist under the sun. Perhaps we both can, she replied, her heart finally at peace. In the weeks that followed, Elsa and Thomas found paths to collaboration. Their exchanges of recipes turned into shared stories and laughter. The bond they forged was sealed in the simple act of breaking bread, testament to grace and understanding. They discovered commonalities, immigrant dreams, the love of baking, and a desire to nourish more than just bodies but souls. Elsa's gesture transformed rivalry into community. Customers noticed their camaraderie, and a new sense of togetherness flourished. The bakery window, once a mere portal to the outside, now framed a tapestry of shared life. The lamp in Elsa's bakery burned steadily, a testament to grace received and given. It illuminated forgiveness and reconciliation, casting warmth and hope, a beacon in the winter's night. Holy One, guide us through our darkest nights. Teach us to forgive, to share, to love. Let our hearts be rivers singing to the sea, in the warmth of your eternal light we trust. Amen. Desert Confessions at Dusk. Act I. The journey begins. The bus rolled through the endless desert, the sun setting low, casting long shadows on the barren earth. Through the window, the landscape was a symphony of orange, gold, and fading light. Resting my forehead against the warm glass, I watched the colors blur like a day's goodbye. Beside me, an elderly man settled with a gentle sigh, cradling a worn thermos that caught the sun's last rays, scattering tiny stars inside the buzz. "Would you like some tea?" he softly asked. I nodded, grateful for the warm cup. The spicy aroma was comforting, anchoring me amid the turbulence in my heart. As twilight deepened, the landscape became a tapestry of shadows, my worries growing, a broken relationship clouding my peace. Closing my eyes, I silently reached out to the Lord, seeking solace in the encroaching night. "Dear God," I whispered inwardly, my voice shaking with uncertainty, "guide me." A stranger's insight. The bus hummed through the darkness, its engine a steady companion. Breaking the silence, the man spoke words that struck deep. In trouble, he offered, handing me a time-worn paper with a cherished Bible verse. "Trust God's slow work." His words warmed my spirit, gently urging, "Listen," breathing deeply. I let the scriptures soothe my heart, feeling it mend the frayed strands of hope. I silently thanked the shepherd of my soul, recognizing our encounter as divinely timed, orchestrated by unseen but profoundly felt hands. The stranger's presence was a sacred reminder of God's nearness, sparking the transformation I craved. The courage to confess. In the thick desert night, the bus halted at a solitary outpost. I stepped into the cool air, a gentle breeze carrying distant sand scent, whispering unspoken possibilities. Stars twinkled above, tiny lights on a vast divine canvas, lighting the path meant for me. On board again, resolve bloomed within, a courage strengthening with every heartbeat. The man beside me sat quietly, bearing witness to my inner change. As the bus journeyed on, I bowed my head and prayed. "Lord, I breathed serene now. Grant me courage to speak truth, to mend what's broken." With newfound clarity, I knew what must be done. What had troubled my spirit turned into faith, guiding my decision to confess my wrongs and heal my heart. The confession, arriving, felt like stepping into a new world, familiar, yet touched by sacred lamplight. Each step towards the house mirrored my heart's prayer, a steady beat of hope. Knocking on the door felt like crossing a threshold into new possibilities, bridging past mistakes and future reconciliation. The door opened, inviting me into familiar yet daunting space, a testament to estrangement and understanding. My heart trembled, but prayer's steady rhythm anchored me, allowing honesty to flow. A pause, a timeless heartbeat. and then understanding and forgiveness. Reconciliation's warmth enveloped us, proving the transformative power of prayer and God's patient healing, moving slowly but surely. Holy One who guides the stars in our hearts, teach us to trust your perfect timing. Grant us the courage to confess and the grace to heal wounds anew. In your gentle embrace we find hope. Cacti. The dusty path, the desert wind howled against the aging bus. Whispering ancient secrets wound tightly in grains of sand that draped across the landscape like a worn tapestry. Sarah pressed her forehead against the cool window, watching the golden dunes undulate as far as her eyes could see. The endless stretch of wilderness mirrored the tumult within her heart, an intricate blend of apprehension and an unquenchable yearning for something more profound. In her lap was a well-worn book, its cover weathered by years of hopeful thumbings. A frayed tassel nestled between pages like a steadfast companion. The words within, underlined with care. Psalm 23 offered whispers of guidance she desperately sought to embrace. Her fingers, slightly trembling, turned the pages in search of solace. As the bus jostled over the uneven path, Sarah whispered her first prayer, a barely audible confession beneath the engine's relentless drone. God help me. I'm afraid of what tomorrow brings. I can't face it alone. Her eyes fluttered closed, letting the words spill freely from her heart, hoping that the Holy One could hear the silent storm within her soul. Her mind clung to the psalm, a lifeline amidst the desert's daunting uncertainty. She inhaled deeply, allowing the ancient promise to seep into her weary spirit, fortifying her resolve. The bus screeched to a halt at a desolate outpost, marked only by a humble shack that offered travelers respite and steaming cups of tea. Sarah stepped out onto the sun-baked earth, the dust swirling playfully around her sandaled feet inside. The aroma of spiced tea infused with cardamom and cinnamon was comforting, reminiscent of her faraway home. While she usually preferred solitude, this day felt different, as though it beckoned for the comfort of companionship. She found herself seated across from an elderly man, whose eyes sparkled with the light of hidden wisdom. He deftly poured tea into a chipped lid, offering it to her with a smile that seemed to convey an entire life's worth of stories. "Courage, my dear," he said softly, his voice a balm on her anxious spirit. "We all travel through deserts." Sarah nodded slowly, the warmth of companionship loosening the tight grip around her heart. The man produced a small scrap of paper, worn from much handling, and slid it gently across the table. "A verse for your journey," he offered with a gentle nod. Sarah unfolded it with hands that trembled slightly, her eyes tracing the familiar words. an echo of the assurance she had been silently pleading for as she read. The weight of anxiety began to shift, like shadows revealing the blessing of light, and hope crept quietly into her heart, soothing her closer to peace. Confession and courage. Back on the bus, Sarah clutched the verse tightly, feeling a gentle nudge, as though a shepherd was guiding his precious flock. It was time, she realized, to face her fears and find the courage she had long suppressed. As dusk settled over the horizon, bathing the rugged landscape in a forgiving light of gold and lavender, Sarah bowed her head once more. Lord of mercy, she prayed, her voice gaining strength and resolve. Give me the courage to confess my fears, to bring them into the light. With each heart-filled word, she felt the heavy burden on her shoulders lighten, as if transferring her cares into the hands of the one who holds all tomorrows. The bus rumbled steadily into a small town, a place she had dreaded yet now faced with a calm resolve. She stepped off, each footfall an act of quiet faith, moving steadily toward reconciliation and the hope of healing. Light revealed, Sarah stood poised before the door she had avoided for so long in her nightmares, where fears lay embedded in misunderstanding and the scars of pain. Her hand hesitated over the doorknob, but the Holy One's presence whispered intimately to her, do not fear. With renewed courage, she turned the knob, stepping into the forgiving light of reconciliation inside. Faces she feared had been lost to her forever, her family waiting, eager for the healing she prayed would come. She breathed deeply, her heart beating a steady rhythm, prepared to speak with truth and love, trusting grace to guide her words and bind their wounded hearts. Gracious shepherd of my soul, thank you for guiding me through deserts of doubt and fear. Fill me with your light, so that I may walk boldly into the unknown. May your peace dwell within me, always comforting as a land in the darkness. Amen. Whisper of the morning. Sarah pulled her jacket tighter against the crisp morning air as she climbed the rocky path up the mountain. The dawnlight casting a pale gold hue over the distant peaks. The mountains cradled the rising sun, their rugged silhouette softened by the gentle embrace of dawn. Her heart weighed heavy with the unspoken words of a letter she never sent. Now crumpled in her pocket, a letter that had burdened her thoughts for weeks with its weight of unspoken step up the familiar trail felt like a small release, as if the earth itself understood her unspoken desire for forgiveness. The scent of pine and wet earth filled her nostrils, grounding her in the present while her thoughts lingered in the past, intertwining with memories of laughter and tears. She stopped, her breath leaving clouds in the cold air. A visible prayer whispered into the morning chill. Before her lay the road that over the years had become a refuge, a place where she could talk with God, away from the bustle and noise of daily life, away from the tangled threads of unresolved hurt. Here, the Holy One felt near, as if the very stones and wind whispered His presence, wrapping her in a sacred silence that both grounded and elevated her heart. Christ in the silence, reaching a familiar outcrop. Sarah knelt on the cold stone, her knees pressing into the earth. With a deliberate surrender, she closed her eyes, seeking to shut out the world and open her heart to God. Her heart ached with the strain of unsaid apologies and unresolved pain. A lifetime of words she wished she had spoken. "Oh Lord of mercy," she whispered, her voice carried off by the breeze, merging with the rustle of leaves around her. I don't know what to do, I've distanced myself from the only family I have left. I wanted to reach out, but the words fail me. Her voice cracked and tears slipped down her cheeks, mingling with the dust, a mingling of earth and spirit, of sorrow and hope. Guide me, Lord, before it's too late. In the silence that followed, she listened, each heartbeat echoing with expectation. Her soul was stilled by the gentle rustle of leaves, like the quiet whisper of God's love there amidst her distress. A verse fluttered in her mind, as gentle as the wind filtering through the trees. The Lord is my shepherd, and with it came the quiet assurance of His guidance, a whisper of promise that wrapped around her heart like a warm embrace, urging her forward. The call of Kerr's sun ray broke over the horizon, casting a golden light that touched her face and ignited a spark of resolve within her. It was as if the light itself carried the promise of new beginnings, of courage reborn with each morning. She rose, brushing the dirt from her jeans, her heart lighter, as if each brush of her hand wiped away a layer of fear. She turned, resolved to embrace the forgotten words of Psalm 23. Those words of care and direction, a path as familiar and reassuring as the mountain trail. She decided then she would call her father, as she she descended the mountain path. The cool air invigorated her spirit. Each step a prayer, a silent plea for words she struggled to find, and a thanksgiving for the courage she had been given. With each step she let go of her pride and fear, surrendering them to the shepherd of her soul. Her hand boldly drew the phone from her pocket, a small artifact of connection and hope. The number was etched in her memory, though she hadn't dialed it in years. Each digit a memory, a bridge to the past she longed to heal. Father, she whispered as the call began to ring, an invocation of courage taking root in her heart. Her voice trembled slightly, but with each ring, the prayer in her heart grew stronger. The voice on the other end was older, but unmistakable, resonating with years of shared history and love unspoken, trembling. Walking in integrity. Acti, noise, and shadows. The day had slipped into evening, with long shadows stretching like fingers across the classroom as the sun dipped below the horizon. The hum of activity had deepened with the orange hues reflecting on the polished floors, the dusty scent of chalk mingling with the last rays of day. I stood amidst the clamor of eager voices, 30 restless students whose chatter bounced energetically off the walls, creating a cocoon of youthful enthusiasm and distraction. My name is Daniel, and I am their teacher, tasked with guiding not only their minds, but their hearts. Despite the chaos, there was a beauty in the vibrant energy, yet it wore on me, a familiar weary weight that settled onto my shoulders like a heavy cloak. The burdens of my own limitations as I attempted to restore order. A piece of chalk snapped in my hand, a sharp crack echoing my own sense of fracture and inadequacy. It was the third piece I'd broken this week, a small testament to my struggle. I paused, setting the chalk down gently, and leaned against the desk. The Lord of Mercy, I whispered inwardly. Grant me patience. I closed my eyes for a moment, surrendering to the longing for peace, breathing in slowly, willing the noise to fade as I listened intently beyond the chaos for that still, small voice within. It was a silent invocation, a reaching out for divine stillness in the midst of human noise. Act 2, Secret Compassion. With the classroom finally settled, a quiet lull descended, allowing my thoughts to drift to Jordan, the quiet child whose presence was often more felt than seen. Lingering at the edges of the group, Jordan always carried with him an air of solitude that troubled me. I had been observant, noticing how, day after day, he would sit alone during lunch, the contents of his bag sparse, sometimes non-existent, and my heart ached at his silent need. The bell rang, signaling the end of the class. I motioned for Jordan to stay behind as the students filed out, their laughter echoing like sunlight in the hallway. Once the room was hushed, I approached him, feeling his discomfort beneath the dim, fading light of the day. I wanted to talk about something. I began, voice soft and deliberate. I've noticed you often don't have much for lunch. His eyes darted away, a flicker of embarrassment shadowing his features, and I saw the vulnerability he tried so hard to hide. Would you let me offer you some help? I asked gently, reaching into my bag to pull out the sandwich I had brought. It sent a comfort in the air, a tangible offering of care. He looked at me, his words unspoken but gratitude radiating clearly in his eyes. And I silently thanked the shepherd of my soul for guiding my heart to this moment, for allowing me to be an instrument of his compassion, my heartfelt supplication. After he left, I sat alone in the hushed room, the silence a soothing balm, as dusk wrapped its arms around the building. I knelt beside my desk, my heart heavy with a bittersweet blend of compassion and sorrow. I found myself in a crisis of prayer, yearning for guidance. God, Holy One, I whispered, feeling the depth of my need for His wisdom. Help me to walk in integrity, to be genuine in my care for these children. Guide my actions so they may reflect your love. The air seemed to stir gently around me, a quieting peace settling into my spirit like a gentle embrace. I sensed His presence, a tender reminder that every act of compassion is a light in the darkness, a beacon of hope in a world that often feels harsh. With renewed resolve, I rose, knowing I would quietly ensure that Jordan and any other child in need received a lunch without fanfare or notice. The simple act of living faith, translated into action, felt like a lantern lighting my path, a divine whisper of approval. Dawn of new courage. The next day I entered the classroom with a small bundle wrapped in cloth. An everyday miracle born from prayer and quiet kindness. I laid it on Jordan's desk before he arrived. The package is a secret gift, a token of hope. I watched from a distance as his eyes widened at the sight, traced with surprise and something else. Trust. Thank you, he murmured, his voice barely above a whisper. Yet it rang with sincerity. In that moment, I saw more than a child with a need met. I saw a young boy finding hope amidst the caring of others. Throughout the day, the weight had lifted from my shoulders, replaced by a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Walking in integrity had given both him and me a new courage, an understanding that the smallest gestures, born from listening to God's voice, could transform lives, rekindling faith in unseen possibilities. Dear Lord of mercy, guide my steps in your truth, that I may walk in integrity, reflecting your light and love. In all I do and all I am, I'm in. That die echoes in the night. The cathedral slept under a blanket of soft rain. The stone walls glistening like a nighttime reflecting the muted glow of the street lamps inside. The hollow echo of mop water filled the expansive nave, reverberating from the centuries-old arches and whispering forgotten secrets. Daniel, the night shift janitor, moved methodically through the dimly lit sanctuary, each step a rhythmic dance with the sweeping strokes of his mop. The scent of incense clung to the air, a sweet, lingering aroma mingling with the cool dampness that seeped through the stained glass windows, casting kaleidoscopic shadows across the pews. Alone in this vastness, Daniel often battled a sense of isolation. The quiet hum of the rain amplifying his solitude. He longed to belong, to find a place where his soul fit, like a key finally clicking into its lock. But tonight, weariness weighed heavier than usual, his spirit sagging under the monotony of relentless routine. Pausing by the altar, he leaned heavily on the mop handle, his eyes traveling wearily to the great organ, silent and solemn in the shadows, a giant beast at rest. A single lamp flickered near the pulpit, its soft light pooling onto the stone floor, as if inviting contemplation in its warm glow. Daniel sank to his knees, surrendering to the pool of longing. Lord of mercy, he whispered, his voice raw and fragile with desperation. I feel like a stranger in this life. Where is my place? Please guide me. His words dissolved into the emptiness, swallowed by the cavernous silence, broken only by the distant splatter of rain against the windows. A melody unseen, the organ groaned awake, a low rumble that vibrated through the cathedral's depths, as if stirred by unseen hands. Unseen fingers brought it to life, filling the air with a haunting melody that began like a whispered secret, each note a delicate brushstroke on the silence. Daniel stood transfixed, drawn by the music, softer, warmer than any he'd heard before, as if whispering ancient secrets to the quiet stones. The music sang through the nave, weaving an invisible tapestry of sound that caressed him, reaching into his soul. He listened, heart hammering as the notes rose and fell like a river, washing over him in waves of grace. In that sacred moment, he sensed a gentle prompting, God's voice hidden within the harmonies. You are not alone, Daniel. Mercy flows freely to those who seek it. The realization broke over him like dawn after a long night here in this echoing sanctuary. Preparation for belonging began, not with others, but within his own heart. The music became a prayer, rising up, unfurling like smoke, helping him see anew. As the melody lulled into silence, leaving a profound stillness reverberating through the air, Daniel felt a nudge toward action. Guided by the whispers of divine grace, he moved toward the front of the cathedral, where a baptismal font stood, a small river of water framed by ancient stone. Kneeling before it, he plunged his hands into the cool depths, feeling the liquid mercy flow between his fingers, a tangible expression of his inner yearning. This was his act of surrender, his turning point. Lord, he breathed, closing his eyes. Make me a vessel of your mercy. Wash away my fear and my doubts. Let me be open to your will. The water trickled over his fingers, cool and cleansing, echoing the rhythm of the rain outside. Each drop a whispered prayer from heaven, rising, his heart lighter and eyes clearer. Daniel knew he must step from the shadows. He would join the morning congregation, find small ways to serve, and open himself to the community, woven into the fabric of the cathedral, connecting threads of faith and love. Dawn's first light crept over the city, casting the stained glass into vivid mosaics of color, transforming the sacred space into a kaleidoscope of divine artistry. Daniel stood beside the altar once more as the cathedral began.
The busway. What am I doing out here? He whispers, his voice, glowy beast traversing a barren land. The wind howled, penetrating the thin metal shell, and the cold wrapped around me like a persistent reminder of the harsh world outside. I tightened my woolen scarf, its fibers scratchy against my skin. Outside, the muted browns and glaze, the crickets serenade, soothing and haunting. Drake inhales deeply, but apparently so alive. As if a Shedika regrets and erects in a rose, he collapses and weather-bedded picnic bench. He collapses onto a weathered picnic bench, his eyes seeking solace lift to the heavens. Lord of mercy, what am I doing out here? He whispers, his voice quivering, his words fragile. Bowing his head, he cradles it in his hands, fingers intertwining like ancient roots grappling for sustenance. He prays, words fragmented. Walking with creation's song. Acti, a winter journey. The bus creaked through the desert, a weary beast traversing a barren land. The wind howled, penetrating the thin metal shell, and the cold wrapped around me like a persistent reminder of the harsh world outside. I tightened my woolen scarf, its fibers scratchy against my skin. Outside, the muted browns and grays of winter's touch stretched unlimited, with occasional shrubs bent low by the relentless wind. Lost in solitary reflection, I clutched a warm thermos of tea, its fragrant steam rising like a prayer to heaven. Fellow travelers huddled obscured in their coats, voices hushed against the engine's rumble. Beside me, an elderly man sat, his eyes distant and wise, edged with time's passage. As the road extended endlessly, I whispered a prayer, my words barely escaping above the mechanical hum. Lord of mercy, guide me, my heart is heavy. Burdened with secrets like coiling desert snakes, I am lost. Hear me and send your light into my darkness. I close my eyes, seeking God's presence amid the rattle and hum. The bus was a sanctuary, where my whispered prayer could ascend freely. The bus swayed gently, a cradle in motion binding its passengers in a shared rhythm. The elderly man beside me shifted, tracing the landscape's contours, his lips murmuring softly. The earth is the Lord's, and everything in it. His voice, though quiet, resonated deeply. I met his gaze, a gift of words offered in earnest old verse, he said, his smile touching wisdom deep within. Always new when we walk with creation. The road ahead unfurled like an ancient scroll. This bus was more than transport. It was a pilgrimage, each mile a step toward understanding. The Lord guided me through the external desert and the barren corners of my heart, illuminating paths hidden by fear. Prayer for courage. The bus crested a hill, revealing a desert town below. Spring's promise peeked through the cracked earth, sparking transformation in my prayer from desperation to repentance. Holy One, I lay bare my secrets, grant me courage to confess and be free. Help me trust in your grace as I walk with your creation's song. The air softened, carrying the scent of new beginnings. The stranger's presence was my silent support as I resolved to unburden my soul. The heaviness drifted like sand in a breeze, and I sensed God's guidance toward peace. As the sun set, casting shadows over the desert, the elderly man smiled, his expression kind. He disembarked, leaving the echo of his verse, a melody woven into my heart, singing new within me. I stepped onto the dusty road, the ground reassuring beneath my feet. The scarf that shielded me now fluttered, symbolizing the changing season and spirit. The town stretched out, each street a path to redemption, each building a promise of sanctuary. Drawn by a steeple, I entered a quiet chapel. Its doors inviting, I knelt, the silence comforting. The prayers of others whisper in encouragement. Lord Jesus, I confess my sins, I seek your forgiveness and courage. Guide me to live in your truth. His presence was a cleansing rain, washing away doubts and fears. I rose, the weight of distant memories, stepping into the world renewed, my spirit buoyant with hope.
Shepherd of my soul, guide my steps on this journey of faith. Quiet my fears and let hope bloom where doubt once dwelled. Strengthen my heart to walk with the harmony of your creation. Amen. Shadows and rain. The city pulsed with the gentle rhythm of evening rain. Each droplet a note in a symphony of life. Neon lights flickered, casting kaleidoscopic reflections on the wet streets. Standing at the bus stop, my umbrella barely shielded me from the rain. The air was cool and still, echoing with honest questions. As dusk descended, I tightened my coat, feeling lost in a vast, indifferent city. My decisions weighed heavily, casting a long shadow over me. Beneath the street lamp's glow, I bowed my head. Lord of mercy, I breathed into the mist. Help me see beyond this moment. The rain softened, and a fleeting warmth enveloped me, offering transient peace before slipping away. The shadows acknowledged, the emotions released in prayer. The old stairwell, the bus ride blurred by with rain-streaked windows, delivering me to my apartment's worn stairwell. Each creak reminded me of life's constant ebb and flow. Leaning on the rusted rail, I recalled an old song, creating me a clean heart, oh God. I sat on the stairs, the cold concrete grounding me. Solitude pressed close, yet within it an ignored need stirred a yearning for reconciliation. Weary, I prayed again. Shepherd of my soul, I whispered, forgive the wrongs I've harbored. Let your light guide me. A breeze carried a lavender scent, reassuring me that my words were heard. Even in solitude, a sweet reminder of grace. Encouraged by divine clarity, I ascended the stairs, burdens feeling lighter. Under the orange glow of my window light, I faced the phone, contemplating fractured connections. With resolve, I dialed a long-avoided number. My heart pounded, but wisdom whispered encouragement. Each ring, I prayed for courage and grace to heal old wounds. When the call connected, I spoke from an open heart, vulnerable yet hopeful, guided by God's presence. I navigated human frailty with newfound clarity. As the moon rose, seeds of reconciliation were planted, roots into intertwining with forgiveness. Understanding and compassion flowed, clearing shadows of past grievances. Holy One, guide me with your everlasting wisdom. Renew my spirit, that I may walk humbly with you. Grant me the courage to heal and to forgive, and the patience to seek your light always. Amen. Beneath the open sky, rain hums softly against my cap, mirroring the rhythm of my weary thoughts, a symphony of loneliness and regret. I pull over at a desolate rest stop. Its neon lights, a flickering sanctuary against the encroaching darkness. Stepping out, I stretch, feeling the cool bite of the wet air. The asphalt shimmers under the bruised sky, where stars peek timidly through the clouds. Each raindrop carries the scent of melancholy and promise, whispering redemption's tales through the night. Years have passed, us gathering on memories since I last spoke to my daughter. The silence born of harsh words has become a chasm. Tonight beneath the vast sky, regret weighs heavily, a burden ignored too long. I gaze upward, seeking solace in the celestial tapestry. Each star a lantern, witnessing my human frailty. Lord of mercy, I begin, my voice raw in the night. The prayer emerges as a plea for the forgiveness I can't grant myself. I don't know how to forgive myself. Help me, please. My words, fragile yet fervent, dissolve into the stillness, as if the night itself absorbs them with a gentle embrace. Inside I find refuge in coffee's warmth, its steam mingling with the damp air like ghostly ribbons. People drift around, each locked in their own orbit, seated by the window. The rain blurs lines between reality and reflection, painting a muted world. I've been running, foot to pedal, past life's landscapes, unwilling to confront like a lifeline, seeking his presence between breath and silence. Guide me back to my daughter, grant me courage to heal what I've broken. A profound quiet follows, warmth blossoming in my chest, as if God's hand rests there, whispering love and grace. I open my eyes, seeing the lamp's unwavering light, a promise between my hands. The courage to call the drizzle mists, the windshield in ethereal swirls. I reach for my phone, its screen glowing softly, reflecting a face lined with age and hope. Her number tucks between Jesus' parables and old love songs, waits to be called with a heart between faith and fear. I press call, each tone echoes in the silence, resonating with my pulse, a symphony of hope. Hello, her voice a gentle melody answers. It rings clear across distant miles, as if carried on light beams woven with grace. Hi, sweetheart, I say, emotion catching my throat. It's me, I've missed you. The rain falls softly like applause, dissolving past edges, heralding new possibilities. Her silence bridges the gap, then she speaks, a fragile bridge of grace and forgiveness. Dad, I've missed you too. A sigh escapes, laden with unshed tears, each droplet an answered plea. Beneath the celestial canopy, on this rain-kissed road, I see a new path, a new heaven and earth unfolding between us. Maybe forgiveness is an unexpected call in the quiet, a voice breaking silence, paving a healing way. The clouds part, revealing clearer sky. Stars shimmer with approval, their light weaving a blessing, binding our hearts to an unwritten future of promise.
Cacti, shadows before the storm. The small fishing village lay silent, nestled with an air of reverence between ancient, towering mountains and the infinite expanse of the sea, as though nature itself held its breath at the edge of twilight. Dusk unfurled a tapestry of amber and violet across the sky, draping the world in a cloak of shadows that stretched long and low. Over the modest wooden chapel where I sought refuge, the mingling of salty sea air with the comforting scent of freshly baked bread was a sensory benediction. I eased open the chapel's time-worn door, its creaking hinges murmuring in the quiet inside. Flickering candlelight embraced the polished wooden benches, casting a serene yet doting atmosphere, reminiscent of a moment suspended in sacred anticipation. Outside the wind sang a mournful dirge, its unrelenting melody a chilling reminder of the impending storm. I knelt at the altar, worn smooth by the faithful touch of countless souls. Lord of mercy, I began, my voice a fragile whisper in the hushed chapel. We have heard the storm's whispers, felt its breath upon our faces, strengthen us against the night that threatens our peace. My hands trembled slightly as they traced the familiar grooves of the wooden bench, anointing my prayer with the quiet desperation of clinging to the divine promise woven seamlessly into the reassuring words of Psalm 23. Even as the horizon darkened with the storm's brewing fury, the storm visited its fury upon us under the cloak of night, unleashing chaos and leaving in its wake a landscape of dishevelment. The dawn's gentle caress unveiled the aftermath, a symphony of determination as villagers rose to the sound of rebuilding along the shore. Amongst them, a lone figure emerged, his purposeful stride distinctive. It was Thomas, the prodigal son, whose wanderings had taken him far from these shores, now inexplicably drawn back by the storm's wrath and the gravitational pull of home. Thomas approached with hesitant steps, the sea spray and salt woven into the fabric of his clothes like a penitent's robe. I've come back, he murmured, the weight of the world in his voice. The space between us was heavy with unspoken words, framed by shared memories and a history as turbulent as the sea. I need to pray, he added softly, his voice a fragile thread. I guided him back to the chapel, where together we knelt at the altar. Holy One, Thomas began, his voice fractured with emotion. Forgive my wandering soul, help me rebuild what was lost. against the hallowed walls, each word a solemn rhythm of surrender and hope. Prayer over bread and salt, days turned into weeks, as the village gradually took breath again. Wounded but resiliently alive, Thomas worked tirelessly, his hands rediscovering their rhythm in rebuilding homes and lives. Yet it was the evening gatherings that truly signified his return. We assembled in the chapel, its benches filled with familiar faces, bathed in the glow of stained glass as the day surrendered to night. Bread and salt circulated among us, each piece a testament to our shared labor, each grain a promise of hope renewed. I felt a divine nudge, guiding my words like gentle rain upon parched earth. Let us pray, I began, inviting the Spirit into our midst with a sacred resonance. Shepherd of my soul, we thank you for guiding us together. Bless this bread and salt, symbols of your provision and our unity. A harmonious chorus of amens echoed through the space, intertwining our prayers into the rafters. Each echo an intricate tapestry of collective faith and shared grace. Thomas nodded, his eyes glistening with unshed tears, his heart finding its rightful place among us. With newfound courage, Thomas embraced an action, both practical and spiritual. His hands, once idle and uncertain, now found purpose in building shelters and fortifying community bonds.
Desert journey, the bus raced across the barren desert, its engine coughing out dust against twilight's end. Winter's breath seeped through the cracked windows, chilling the passengers. Hannah tucked her scarf tighter, fingers touching her Bible beneath her coat, its weight a solemn promise of hope she needed. The outside shadows lengthened, painting the sky orange and crimson, silhouetting the distant dunes with haunting beauty. Next to her was a stranger, his face lined with the wisdom of many miles. He cradled a thermos, offering her a steaming cup, the warmth spreading through her fingers, offering respite from the cold that had seeped into her bones. As the bus rattled on, its noise became a chant, harmonizing with the wind. Hannah closed her eyes, whispering a silent plea to the Lord. Guide me, Father, I am lost and weary. Reveal my path, illuminate the steps I cannot at sea. An unexpected companion. When the bus halted, Hannah remained in her seat, eyes drawn to the stranger whose presence radiated peace. He reached into his bag, revealing a small leather-bound book. He handed her a card. Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Her heart ached with a burden she'd carried too long. She had been waiting, caught between guilt and unvoiced longing to confess. The stranger's eyes offered silent encouragement, as if he understood her torment. Bowing her head, she whispered, "Lord, shepherd of my soul, grant me courage to face my fears, to speak truth and find peace." The prayer was a lifeline, a bridge spanning the chasm of uncertainty. As dusk fell, the bus reached its destination. The small town flickered with orange lights, casting long shadows over the street. Hannah stepped off the bus, her breath steaming in the cool air. She turned to thank the stranger, but he had disappeared, leaving the warmth of his blessing behind. Her steps were resolute, each footfall crunching against the gravel. At her sister's doorstep, she paused, feeling God's presence guiding her. His subtle yet persistent nudge urged her forward into forgiveness and reconciliation. Knocking, she waited. Her sister opened the door, and Hannah stepped inside, warmth enveloping her. She took a deep breath and began to speak. The words tumbled out, honest and raw, each syllable a liberation. Their conversation stretched into the night, truth spilling forth like water from a dam. Tears reconciled their hearts as the past surrendered to the present. Spring's promise lingered, buds of new beginnings forming quietly, testaments to the healing hand of grace. Together they knelt, Hannah clutching her sister's hand. Thank you, Holy One, for this moment of grace. May your wisdom guide us, and your love sustain us. Of all seasons, thank you for the courage found in waiting. May your whisper guide our steps, and your love bind our hearts. In our weakness be our strength, and in our journey our peace. Renew our spirits as we follow your path, ever faithful to your call. Amen. as night softly fell, I brought my rumbling truck to a halt at a lonely rest area. The rain's gentle patter created a rhythmic symphony, each droplet meeting the asphalt in a soft embrace. This melody danced beneath flickering orange lights, casting long shadows that caressed the surrounding darkness. Above a starry tapestry unfolded, a heavenly dome both infinitely distant and intimately near, silently watching over those seeking solace. Leaning back in the worn seat, my eyes traced the celestial patterns, while my heart bore the weight of unsaid words and squandered moments. My regrets swirled like raindrops on the windshield, pressing relentlessly upon me. Chief among them was the strained bond with my daughter, a taut thread pulled by unspoken hurts and misunderstandings, silently pleading for reconciliation. Lord of mercy, I murmured into the quiet, the cab echoing my plea. Help me forgive myself, I know I've held my plans too tightly, pushed when I should have listened. My voice trembled, carrying these confessions heavenward, hoping they would rise above the guilt clattering in my heart. As I prayed, a gentle calm began to soothe my restless spirit, a warmth amid the night's chill, a whispered promise of grace and hope intertwined with an uncertain future. The weight of unforgiveness, the rain ease, leaving the air renewed as if the earth sighed with relief. I closed my eyes, breathing deeply of this cleansing air, allowing memories to unfold. My daughter's laughter, her once unwavering trust, yet these tender echoes were overshadowed by recent pains, sharp exchanges and words laced with disappointment, each one a deeper cut. Despair surged anew, threatening to drown my soul. Holy One, I cried, my voice cracking with longing. How do I make it right? Show me the way forward. The question lingered in the cab, my heart pounding desperately, ears straining for divine whisperings above my weary thoughts. A profound stillness enveloped me, inviting not accusation, but opportunity to release regrets and embrace renewal. A whisper of hope, flickering like a candle in a storm. Courage to reconcile. Soft rain resumed, a soothing lullaby to the resolve deepening within me. With trembling fingers I reached for my phone, hesitating as her number glowed, a darkness thick yet infused with hope. A prayerful breath steadied me, an act of courage prompted by a divine nudge, an overwhelming offering of vulnerability. Her voice, when it came, was tentative, hinting at tender wounds. hands a fragile thread seeking connection. Hi, Dad, she said, her words a tentative bridge over the gulf between us, a thread of hope in our fractured bond. Sweetheart, I began, my emotions raw and exposed. I've been thinking, praying I'm sorry for the things I've said, for holding on too tightly to my plans for you. I'm learning to let go. Can we start over? My words trembled in the air, heavy with hope, a fragile architecture of reconciliation. The rain's cool caress mingled with a growing inner warmth, the confirmation that this small step was the beginning of healing. Her silence stretched a poignant pause before. I'd like that, Dad, I've been wanting to hear from you. Her words were a balm to my weary spirit, a promise of dawn on the horizon. The call ended with the promise of new beginnings, sketched in the streetlight's warm glow, illuminating our tentative path. I lingered, embraced by the rain's lullaby and the nocturnal chorus, a tapestry of peace. The heart once burdened felt light, unshackled from regret. The Lord of mercy illuminated a way through, a path less tethered by my design, open to his guiding hand. Each raindrop was a testament to grace, each star a promise of undimmed light, a dance of redemption orchestrated by unseen hands. Prayer transformed a night of regret into dawn's reconciliation, offering a revelation of restoration, not just with her, but within my soul. A journey newly begun under heaven's watch.